Research entomologist, beekeeper and teacher, and this is my channel. And today is the weekend time, so we have opportunity to watch a little bit for nature. For nature in a cage. Well, in a cage because this is artificial piece of nature, which you can create yourself at home with different creatures, not only insects, but different ones, which you can observe here. And you can recognize something sitting here. Yes. These creatures actually were not insects, but were funny to observe, funny to keep in natural conditions and in unnatural, in cage. Just in captivity, in plastic cage. Very easy and very safe. And who are these and who are that? That is beetle in the center. In the center this is stag beetle of a genus Dorcus, of a family Lucanidae. The size is not very big, about 2 centimeters, and the smallest creatures, they are small like crabs. They are isopoda, or called woodlice. One individual is a woodlouse, and many woodlice. Yes, but they are not dangerous lices. They are not dangerous because they are living underground in the soil, or they can live here in terrarium, in artificial cage, with substrate which is convenient for their life. And who this is coming? This green beetle is very special one. This is flower chaffer beetle, genus Cetonia, of another family, Scarabeidae. Also larva is living underground, and adult the beetle is feeding on flowers. That's why it has a special name, flower chaffer, which is very commonly flying around flowers with great noise, but very safe beetle regarding humans, because this beetle not biting, not stinging, and Dorcus as well, very safe beetle for humans and for pets. They are living in rotting wood or underground in the soil. And this is the beginning of June. It's just the time of their appearance, of their hatching, fly around. And I found this flower chaffer beetle just on the ground on asphalt when I was coming to my job. I collected it near stop bus, saved it from the crash, because many people just crash beetles and all small creatures which observe them on the ground. I got it for my terrarium to show the behavior, and also this beetle also trying sometimes flying in the, even in the cage, because beetle became very active and probably his temperature a little bit increased, so maybe he or she will show us flying behavior as well. How to keep these creatures in a cage, in a plastic cage, very easily. This cage about 5 liters volume, with some ground, a little bit soil on the ground with mosses, with some sticks, some pieces of wood, bark of trees, to make places for hiding of these creatures, because these creatures are usually hiding. Woodlice, they are just relatives to crabs, because they have not 6 legs but 10 or 12 legs altogether. And they have appendages on the head part with eyes like antennae. We have appendages on the back tail, and we have segments, so they're arthropods. They are relatives to insects, because insects are also arthropods. In some cases, you have deep soil in the cage. Some beetles, like Lucanidae beetle or just chaffer beetle, can lay even eggs underground, and you can receive even larvae with good conditions. But also you don't need to forget, you must feed them. All these creatures need some kind of food. And you see here the skin of banana to feed the Dorcus beetle and to feed chaffer beetle. Banana is just wet, with smell, with some moisture, convenient to feed beetles. But what are the food for these creatures? They're sitting here quietly, not running maybe like under hypnosis of light. In some cases in evening time they're very active. Now it's daytime. That's why they're not so active. But I can show you how they will be hiding. They're hiding somewhere on the ground, under the leaves, or under the bark of trees, on some crevices between asphalt, between gravel, in the soil, to hide themselves from the light, because they are nocturnal creatures. They are feeding on some organic matters, on dead insects, and mostly they are feeding on dead plants, on dead leaves, flowers. So that's why you can observe here a lot of plants. Usually I put here some dead leaves, dry leaves, and it's a good for these creatures because they will skeletize, making skeleton of these leaves like that. You see the beetle sitting on the leaf which was completely eaten by these creatures. We don't like to eat banana, by the way, but we like to eat dry, completely dry leaf. And of course the terrarium should be a little bit with moisture. I put here some also fruits of mulberry to feed beetles. But you don't need to put too much fruits in the cage, because it will produce many larvae of flies, small flies of the family Cetonia or other families Pharidae, which will come here and lay eggs and to eat some fruits. And so they will disturb your culture and will be not good for producing major hosts like here, woodlices. These woodlices already multiplicated, so there was not so many of them, and these are already in just middle stage, not the adults. We'll try to see other creatures who are hiding, because they should be hiding underneath of this bark. The adults, the last stage, is bigger than this. This is a middle stage, and there are many small larvae which are hiding somewhere under the bark. I can show you how they are active. So I will touch them, so we will be trying to escape. Here on the top, who is underground? Yes, underground also many of them. Yes. Yes, you see. All woodlices. They're feeding on organic matters, mostly on leaves, on dead leaves, stems, on fungi. And they need a little bit moisture. There are many species of these creatures. Isoptera or woodlice. It's quite funny to observe them. Quite funny to look for how they are feeding. Sometimes they are stealing small pieces of plants and bringing them to the hidden place with their mouth parts. You can recognize here some of them gray, some of them white, because they are molting. So they are growing, so they need to take off their heating cover when they are molting, so increasing the size. So they are growing and taking off their skin. That's why they're becoming white. And then they're becoming darker. Should be here two species, but second species not visible, a little bit gray with different coloration. These beetles were feeding, the beetles on the top are feeding on flowers and on bananas, so they do not damage woodlice at all. So that's why they can survive all together without any disturbance. And it was quite funny to observe them, how they are moving, how they try to to fly, how they're hiding under the bark. So that's why you can find beetle. Don't crush the beetle, don't crush woodlouse. Collect some woodlice, several of them, and put them in a terrarium with soil, with leaves, and you can receive nice place for observation. So you have seen this beetle, chafer beetle, is trying to fly. It's interesting that when this beetle is flying, this beetle is not opening elytros, first pair of wings of green color. With closed wings, beetle is taking off second pair of wings, which are under the first pair of, and flying very easily and with nice funny noise. You see, try to fly, because I make a highlight lightening on terrarium. So that's good. Beetle showed us its nice behavior and opportunity to fly. You can also observe some movements of beetles and all these creatures, how they're cleaning themselves, they're grooming. And you can observe for antennae of beetle, because beetle is breathing with trachea and also with antennae, and also with this cleaning itself with first pair of legs to clean antennae for smell recognition and for distance recognition, for orientation. So this is a culture of beetles and Isoptera, Woodlice. If you want to take it yourself, it's very easy to find or to buy woodlice and collect beetles outside in the forest or in the park and create such a funny, nice terrarium for home observation. Very safe, very interesting. You can receive interesting observation for the behavior of insects and other creatures like Isoptera or woodlice. Thank you for observation. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to visit my Patreon page. Press like, write your comments, and ask your questions. See you soon on my channel. Translations will be continued soon. Don't forget, this is woodlice, flower chafer beetle, and somewhere is hidden stag beetle, Dorcus. Thank you for coming. See you soon on my channel. And it's raining outside.